tell you hello, man.
All right. Hey, we're here on the wrap-up show here. What a great day yesterday with the Radman and the Mighty Ova. Going to talk about the Bills' victorious win over the Detroit Lions. Who'd you say said hello to me?
Oh, Solomon Williams from the Lions front office. Lions front office. We see him at the Super Bowl each year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We'll see him in a couple of weeks.
That's what I told him, man. Yeah, it's getting close, man. We'll see you again this year.
Good, nice couple of weeks. Well, let's talk about the Bills. We got a few minutes here. We just talked to the coaches a few minutes ago before we taped the wrap-up show. And, Sean McDermott was a little giddy today, wasn't he?
Yeah.
When you shut down the run of a team that's that explosive and make them one-dimensional, I thought that was the key to the game yesterday, George.
Yeah, because most people didn't notice that they only ran for 48 yards. They ran the ball only 15 times for 48 yards. I was really surprised that they ran so little in this football game. And
they forced Goff to throw the ball 59 times, whereas it seemed like the Bills, 34 rushes, 197 yards, 5.8 yards a carry. And Josh Allen, I believe, was he what, 24 out of 34, something like that? Very good numbers. No, I mean, the biggest thing, I was going to come back on, but I decided not to. I think Josh Allen, his numbers that are most impressive this season, and we've both watched him since he started.
Yeah,
he's not giving the other team opportunities.
No,
and that is huge.
He's not turning the ball over, and he's getting rid of the ball. And he threw one into the ground. That's the first time I even saw him throw one into the turf. So he's really learning. I don't know who, if Palmer really got it into him, his quarterback coach during the offseason with that quarterback school that Palmer runs. It's amazing how it seemed everything sunk in. Or was that such tough love by Stephon Diggs the last 2-3 years? Really said, man, I don't want no more of this. I better do what these guys been telling me to do, and that's throw the ball away when you don't have a play, slide. I mean, he done slid more in the last 2-3 weeks than he's done his entire career, Pat.
Incredible. I was shocked. He could have gone another younger Josh Allen on that run he had. He probably could have gone another 7-8 yards taking a hit. The younger Josh Allen would have done that. He did take some hits yesterday, though. We can't discount those. He took some vicious hits, especially when he sprints towards the sidelines out of the pocket. He's made plays, but man, he got caught yesterday, didn't he?
Yes, he did. And I asked the offense coordinator, Joe Brady, about it, as well as head coach Sean McDermott. And Sean McDermott is a very good politician. He's turned into a nice politician there. He really, it sounded like those plays were set to RPOs, run pass option, but really they were running the ball, give the ball to the running back. He pulled it away about 3 or 4 times in the last couple of series to run the clock more. You're going to run the clock more, just give the ball to the running back. There's no need for you to take needless hits. And that's how I believe his shoulder got dinged. Looked like something with his up around the middle of his arm there, shoulder, around the socket joint or something, got bruised toward the end of that game. And he had to go in for x-rays. He wasn't able to come out right away for the like he normally runs in and goes right to the media room and answers questions with his uniform still on, and then leaves out of there and goes and cools out at his locker for a little bit. But Brandon Beane was waiting for him at his locker. And Brandon Beane almost got, he did one of your moves. He climbed right in. He got right in the locker room in his cubicle with him, man.
Well, the thing about it, George, this is a very, very – if Josh Allen gets hurt, and we're talking Mitchell Trubisky as the starter, it totally changes the outlook of a game. Because Mitchell Trubisky has not been as successful in this league. He's had some instances of success, but for the most part, this guy is he's a reliever. He's a reliever that you don't want to see in the game.
No, and you don't want to see what happened to Patrick Mahomes yesterday. They had all the games on a beautiful facility there. Ford Field is just outstanding. First time there. Very impressed with the amenities, everything there. Even downstairs with the fans' amenities, got great. Hey, if you're in Buffalo, New York, and you check this show out, get a chance to go to Ford Field and check them out. They got a lot of concerts. AC/DC gonna be there. Post Malone. They got the truck show. They got the dirt bike motocross series is coming there. They were advertising all of this during the infomercials within the stadium, letting you know about shows that are coming there in April, May, and June of 2025. And the people in Western New York, you need to wake up and see what a mistake you're making out there by allowing the county to run the show and keep a stadium out there, an open air stadium where you can't use it. They use their stadium, Ford Field, many times throughout the years.
Year round. Has hosted a Super Bowl. That stadium is 20 years old, and it's going to be better than the stadium you're building that's going to open in 2026. That's the sad thing.
That's crazy. That's crazy. The press box, large. Oh man, that was the biggest press box I've been in. Besides the Cowboys one down there in Dallas. Man, very nice leg room, everything. I mean, the amenities up there, just in the press box alone. I could look over at some of the suites. Oh man, they got it going on there in Detroit, but right next door to the baseball stadium. It's just a beautiful setup downtown. Had a shuttle bus drop us off at a parking garage. We park our cars in the parking garage, come right out, make a quick left, and jump on and get on the shuttle bus, and they take you right over to a few blocks over to the stadium. So that keeps down on the congestion. They still had some tailgating. People were tailgating in the parking garage, outside the parking garage, around certain areas. They still were tailgating. So don't give me that nonsense about, oh, you're going to take our tailgating away. Man, come on. This 2025 going in there. Tailgating isn't the biggest thing. It should be the amenities inside the stadium to make you feel comfortable, rather than going in there sitting and shivering in the cold weather, in the cold and shivering weather. People don't want to do that any longer.
Makes no sense what they're doing here, but this organization is headed by Terry Pagula, who just doesn't seem very connected to Western New York and what it needed to really uplift this region. I think he's made some critical errors, and he's continued not to support black media. Well, I mean, we don't have any ads from him. Accredited black media, you've got 3 media outlets, well, really 4 media outlets that the Bills have not patronized at all. I mean, there's no reciprocity. We help them sell their product. They should give us sponsorship, and they don't do that. They've been allowed to get away with that because we don't have leadership that's calling them on the carpet. Why aren't you supporting accredited? And you notice I'm using that word, and you know what it means, but people that are listening, why do I say accredited? George and I, Jalen, Mookie, we're all accredited. We're credentialed to cover the Bills. Correct. And we speak on the Bills. We have access to the players, the coaches on a daily basis, but we don't receive any form of advertisement from this organization whatsoever. And that has been the mantra of this organization since Mr. Pagula and his wife purchased the franchise in 2014 and somewhat before under Mr. Wilson. They did not really support black media the way black media has supported the Bills. Absolutely.
Well stated, and that needs to be cleared up. But fans, go out to Detroit, Cleveland, Cincinnati. Check out these stadiums. Don't just sit in Buffalo talking about, oh, this is great. No, you want to see greatness, go to Detroit, Michigan, down near the Ford Field. You're gonna see some greatness there.
Right in downtown Detroit. It was all, and we had George Jackson on. He was part of the committee that designed that stadium, but he was also in charge of the development of the Riverwalk area in Detroit. It's a beautiful, part of Detroit itself, and helped bring the city back.
Absolutely, and the city's back. A lot of activity downtown. Three casinos down there. The Motor City Casino, we went there. The Caesars. Man, they got a lot of casinos, a lot of businesses, a lot of people making money on game day and other days and other attraction days in that downtown Detroit area. So check that out. One quick. I know we run out of time. I was really shocked that Patrick Mahomes was left in the game that long when you saw that the Cleveland Browns defensive front was totally dominating the offensive line of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, that was kind of surprising. You know, I don't know if they were afraid of them coming back, but I thought they had the game in control. They outplayed Cleveland. You know, for the majority of that game, but you leave your quarterback in too long and you get an injury like that. But a lot of people have forgotten that the backup quarterback is another guy, Carson Wentz. You don't know what you're going to get with him.
Right.
And he might have to play this week. So
I think he's going to play the next 2 weeks because, they came down on his leg, his ankle, and then he was hit a couple other times on that ankle and he was limping before he really got twisted in that last one. And just to correct you on that, Cleveland dominated that game. They were hitting and taking over the ball, and it's a shame that Jameis Winston threw those. I could not believe. I was beside myself on that last one. He threw 3 interceptions in the end zone where they should have. Cleveland should have won that game.
Let me correct myself on that. I meant the score wise, not the game itself.
Because they dominated them
21-7.
Jameis just was playing for the Chiefs the way it turned out, man. Because he'd get down there and throw it, and it would be stupid in us. The guys double covered and that. What are you doing, man? Unbelievable. A very good talent, but this guy is something wrong with him.
That's been his mantra.
Throw the ball away.
That's why he got ran out of Tampa Bay. Is the turnovers?
Yeah.
He throws some balls. Maybe him and Josh out. He needs to go work out with Josh because Josh has seemed to eliminate that part of his game this year. And Jameis Winston is as productive a quarterback as you'll find. He turns the ball over. That's his biggest problem. And giving the other team opportunities. Also, Nick Chubb had a bad fumble.
Yeah.
He got stripped. Cleveland just has not performed. I thought Cleveland would be a better franchise this year than what we've seen on the field. I don't think there's any true dominant franchise. It's almost week to week. I mean, yesterday they were saying the Bills is the best team in the league. Right now, you know.
Yeah, for right now, for this week.
Pick a good team. And before the game, Detroit was the best team in the league.
Absolutely. And one closing note for you. If Mike Tomlin get rid of you, it's a reason why I wouldn't be messing with guys that Mike Tomlin releases, like Dante Johnson. How he refused to go in the game for the Ravens. And now the Ravens just announced today that he won't be playing. They mutually agreed for him not to show up for practice this week.
Right. And there was another guy from San Francisco.
Devontae Campbell.
This is your job. This is not about how you look. You get a paycheck on Monday. You know?
Yeah. How you feel, man? How you feel? You
doing, man? Man, you get this owner paying you these crazy salaries, and you talking about you ain't going in the game. You ain't gonna be on this team.
I don't see how Mike Tomlin's still head coaching, man, dealing with Dante Johnson, Antonio Brown. I mean, he done dealt with a whole slew of man, a lot of head cases.
Well, it's a bunch of them, George. You know that. I mean, There's a lot of them in the league that got a lot of talent, but not a lot upstairs, and that comes back to haunt you. Last thoughts on the Bills. Bills rushed for 197 yards, their best day on the ground in a few weeks, and held the Detroit Lions to 15 rushes for 48 yards, 3.2 yards a carry. I thought that was the key to the game because it forced Detroit. They had to throw the ball 59 times. They became one-dimensional.
Certainly did. Ed Oliver, best game of the season. Jaquan Jones held it up, and the linebackers came up to the line of scrimmage and made those tackles at the line. A few runs, but it looked like they. I thought Detroit had a little bit more rushing than just 48, but they held them down in the front end, and that's what you got to do. Stop them at the line of scrimmage, and pick up a few yards. Excellent defensive front play of stopping the run.
Right. Now the Bills got to play 3 division opponents, really 2 division opponents. You got to play the Patriots twice, Jets once.
Yeah.
2 games at home, 1 game on the road. Then it's playoff time. If you can get home field advantage, I think this year with the amount of injuries a lot of teams have, home field advantage could be a premium, especially for the Kansas City Chiefs, seeing that Mahomes has that ankle injury. And, he's been a guy that heals well, but you don't want to see your quarterback getting banged up like that.
No, you sure don't. And I think Mahomes, they're going to have to keep him out because they played Saturday. Now, look at this. The NFL, because Kansas City is the hot take, the Super Bowl 2-time champion, they put them on a high-profile game this Saturday. Why you got NFL on Saturday doesn't make no sense to me when you got college football now with a playoff series now with 3 games on Saturday. You're going to jump in on the college football playoffs and play Kansas City at Houston on Saturday. Then you're going to turn around. Then you got the audacity to take Kansas City after playing on Saturday afternoon and have them play on Christmas Day a football game. I believe it's the Baltimore Ravens.
No, it's Thursday.
On Thursday. That's 3 games in 10 days, man.
That's brutal.
How you
brutal.
Expect? Come on.
And that could be the thing about it. You can tell the league is totally about the money.
All about the money.
This scheduling could be the deciding factor in home field advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the league. The league is totally about money. They don't really care about the health of players. It's just totally about the money, man.
That's all it is. That's why they gave you 16 players now on the practice squad instead of the 5 that they used to allow you to have.
Right.
Because they expect you to have injuries and have you move guys in. But if your marquee guys are out, that waters down your product.
One last thing, George, before we go, I thought Kyrie Elam had his best game as a pro yesterday. It's good to see that because this is a tremendous athlete that just has not really worked out the way that you would have thought when the Bills drafted him in the first round a few years ago.
I agree. Very athletic. I hope they keep him in the lineup for a few weeks to come. Rasul Douglas sounds like you go ahead and rest him. Go with the guys you have. I mean, you've been going all season with the young safeties to begin with, and now you really just bringing guys in to play safety. Cole Bishop needs a lot of work. You can see he's not ready yet to command that position. Hopefully, Damar Hamlin and Taylor Rapp can come back. But I like Kareem Jackson. People forget he was the number 1 draft pick in 2010 of the Houston Texans. Played with Denver. He's 36 years old now. 15-year veteran. Hey man, the guy can give you something, man. This is a good time to plug him in and maybe not play the entire game, but play him enough that he's able, because he's a good tackler too. Get him in because he hasn't played in live action since training camp. So get him in some games so that you can have a veteran like him available. Imagine him and Micah Hyde playing together in the playoffs.
Could be coming. All right, that's all for us here on the Wrap-Up Show. We'll see you next week right here on the Wrap-Up Show with the Radman and the Mighty Oba. We'll see you next week.